We're at Cenonceau.
Alright, so you see in the foreground a very nice big round tower. Okay. You are able to see the river there, and on each side you can admire beautiful French Renaissance gardens. So all of this was set later on during the 16th century. Okay. I'm going to tell you the next story. But now, first of all, on this big square, please imagine the first medieval fortress we have here. You know, for the Marquez family, after this terrible event, it was very hard for them. And so for her husband, Thomas Boyer. And they decided to keep only this round tower, the only remain of the first medieval fortress. And why did they decide to keep that element? Of course, because when you have a tower, it means that you are a noble person. You are a lord. Okay? And these two persons, the lady Catherine de Buissonnet and her husband Thomas Boyer, were just annoblished by the king, the very big French king, Francis I. So for them it was so important to keep the symbol of the power, of the medieval power. Okay? Typically Renaissance style details, such as pilasters, cornices, scrolls, frigates, charms, and shells, seashells, I mean, symbols of the goddess Venus or Aphrodite in the Greek mythology. So it means that very straight, and modern justice. I didn't tell you, but the penalty was around 60 You need to wait just a little bit here because there is an overflow in the bedroom of Diana of Poitiers. So that's good because time for me to all around you on walls pieces of tapestry. When you have this kind of decorations, of course it means you are very rich because it was such a delicate work coming from Netherlands, for instance, a Flemish work with a lot of details. It was so complicated to execute. So of course you have this to decorate, but as well you have this to protect yourself against humidity and cold, okay, at this period of time. And it's working all year long to bring new bouquets. So they are changed, and so every time it works on new bouquets to bring the harmony from the different decorations of the week. So who was that? Die letzte Galerie. Hier war das Schloss der Vereinigung, der ersten Besitzer zu Ende, der Thomas Boyer. Please come to me. Diana of Poitiers, she was so the official royal mistress, favorite as we call her, of Henry II. Henry II got a wife who was Catherine of Medici. And the two women were cousins. You are here in the bedroom of Diana, the portrait of the Queen, Catherine of Medici, because she was chosen by the King, whereas she was 20 years older than the Queen. So new to have this, she was 38 years old and he was 18 years old when they began the love story together. Okay, so new. She knew him very young, because she was the lady accompanying the queen, the wife of Francis I. So she was for a long time at the French. Invited, both of them, Catherine of Medici, and Henry II. They were invited in Paris to a big wedding, and at this point of time it was traditional when you had a wedding, to participate to it. Okay, so the queen was not happy with it. And she was saying, please don't go, that's not good for you, you are almost 40 years old. And she had a bad superstition about this, because she was consulting a lot. Her magician, her apothecary was Nostradamus, coming from the south of France. And he told the queen, your king is going to die on this event. And he was right, actually. Because he went to this tournament. You know, the tournament when you are on a horse and yes, thank you so much. You are going like this, and you don't say spears? No. Chance to say? Yes. Okay. Thank you so much for your help. Okay. So at this precise moment, you see, they were going to cross and to be broken, and a tiny piece of wood was entering the left eye of Henry II, the king. And so it was terrible because this agony lasted for 11 days. Terrible for the king, and eventually he died. So at this time, the queen is going to close all the doors of the palace. We are at the Louvre, the center of Paris city. And Diana had to go away, and she couldn't even attend the funeral. So of course, now here at this point we see they were not so close friends, of course. But you see, that's very complicated because the Queen Catherine has to prepare the succession of the king. And at this time at Cenonceau, of course, she's saying to Diana, this property belonged to the crown, to the French crown. So that's it now. You are not welcome anymore. You are not the royal favorite anymore. You have to go. But in exchange, I ask you to accept the domain of Chaumont-sur-Loire. Chaumont-sur-Loire, you can still visit it today. It's nearby the Loire River. It's such a beautiful domain. It's like a fairy tale castle, really. It's all white with big round towers and big gardens. So it means that now Diana possessed a very big domain with a lot of land, so she can bring a lot of money thanks to that, you see. So it was not so bad for her. Okay. And you see, as I told you before, every time you see the flowers, selected flowers, and the colors chosen to respect the harmony of the rooms and of the decorations around us. And it smells good, it creates a special atmosphere. And you are able to see just behind me this oil painting that dates back to the 16th century as well. And that's Leonardo who asked me to have this portrait. Here she's Artemis or Diana of Poitiers, and you see she's dressed up as like we had at this period, the fashionable style, with the very short skirt, the sandals. She has the bow on the right side, and very elegant portrait of her. He's hiding actually a very cruel myth, a cruel story. We have that in mythology, in Greek mythology. That's the story of Atlas, a young hunter passing by in the forest, finished him to take revenge. She transformed him, she turned him into a deer, and then she asked her dogs to eat him. It's a terrible story. But you see how light, how joyful is the representation of the myth by this very famous artist, Italian artist called Le Primaticcio was one of the artists brought to France by Francis I at this period of time. Okay. And you see all the colors, pale colors, very elegant shapes, serious forms. All of this is typical of what we call in art They don't look so nice. So harmless happened, to be honest. But we had at this time the visit of Louis XIV, the famous Citizen King. Why? Because at this period of time the castle was still owned by the French royal family. And Louis XIV didn't live here, but he came once to attend the wedding like this one, because he enjoyed so much his portrait of himself that he asked to have more, and so that's why we are very happy to have this one at Cenonceau, because the original, that's a copy, the original is at Versailles today. It was created by the famous French painter of this time, and you find be very careful because it's very dark. It might be a little step to enter the room.
You made it.
You did too.
Yes.
Always choosing white flowers to pay a tribute to the famous white queen. I'm going to tell you the story of her. I'm going as well to show you the portrait.
Royal kitchen. It's the royal kitchen.
There is much more light, better table, better chairs. There is a bar with the white panel on the other side, and there is also waterfall. So you can make a circle. I will make
dans son genre, je vous invite à explorer le grand tableau mural. C'est l'esprit des Lumières, celui de la curiosité, de l'apprentissage et de l'appréciation de la beauté, vous accompagne tout au long de votre exploration de Cenonceau et au-delà. Aujourd'hui, je vous invite à un parcours exceptionnel à travers des instruments fabuleux, chacun racontant une histoire de découverte et d'ingéniosité. Ces pièces, choisies pour leur importance historique et scientifique, illustrent.
Here's the wine cellar. Woohoo! Here's some dusty old wines from the estate. Or an Amboise.
Very important for us because the name of the street Cenonceau first. Yes, you remember Cenonceau first? For us, because he built Chateau. So beautiful road or street with many. To the main entrance to the chateau, to the castle. Yes, this is direction to the castle. You will find also 15th century tower with a part of fortification wall. It was medieval town with fortification wall. Right now you can see the name Watchtower. Watchtower is. If you look on the right hand, biscuits of Amboise is very famous, like cookies. Also, great option for you to buy our meeting point.
So we're in Amboise.
We're in Amboise,
Amboise.
and we're going to go to see the chateau. And then there's a chapel, and there's the tombstone of Leonardo da Vinci.
And some fine wine.
Was da hinten blinkt, meinst du? Das ist einfach nur ein Auto, das die Warnblinkanlage anhat.
So we are here at the where Leonardo da Vinci is buried. He has a plaque and a gravestone, 1452 to 1519, and what he accomplished in his lifetime, so much in Italy and Florence in particular, but in the last years of his life, King Francois I wanted to bring the Renaissance from Italy here to France. So he invited Leonardo to come, and amazingly, he was able to convince Leonardo to spend several years of his life here. And Leonardo's well known for his paintings, but we must also remember him for his inventions and his architecture. And we are going to see some of that tomorrow when we go to the Chambord Palace and the famous double helix staircase. Oh, look at this. Linda, there's the Loire.
Yeah.
And look at the slate roofs. And there's an island in the middle of the river. Oh, how beautiful.
his whole name on it. Leonardo da Vinci. Da Vinci. 1452 to 1519. Wow. You get such a short time on this earth.